Hello, and thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. This video is going to be all about the art of persuasion. Yeah, I'm going to talk about the strategies that I use in sales to obviously try and get people to do and influence them into doing the things that I want them to do. Some people would say it is an art, and I actually believe it is an art, but I also believe it's something that you can learn, yeah? And that's the purpose of this video, right? Persuasion, right? If you're thinking about how to persuade somebody to do something, yeah, I would first say to you, think about the sort of things that you look for in a person when they're trying to sell you something or when they're trying to get you to do something. What is it you're looking at? Turn it around and say, what is it I'm looking at in this person before I make a decision? Yeah. Now, the sort of things that I know I look at and the sort of things I know that are definitely fundamental in sales, yeah, because persuasion is all about, I keep saying sales and selling, but really you're trying to get somebody to do something, yeah, which for me is selling, yeah. Now, what I use whenever I'm in a situation where I'm trying to get somebody to actually do something for me, the first thing I would do when I meet this person is I would immediately be trying to think of a way where I can compliment this person. I'd be looking for a way to find something in common with this person. You know, have they got a similar interest? If you know, they might have a dog with them, I might start talking and complimenting their dog. Yeah, I'll do anything to break the ice to actually try and get this person to like me. Because selling something is really about getting someone to, first of all, like you. They have got to like you on every level. So before you start mentioning it is what you do or what you want them to do, you've got to try and make yourself familiar with them. And they've obviously got to think, oh, he's a nice guy. You know, he's well dressed, he's well spoken, you know, whatever. You want this person to form a positive opinion about you. Yeah. Now, if you compliment this person, right, people for whatever reason they always seem to obviously it makes them feel warm. It warms them to you, and they usually say something nice back. And we have to get them to this level of if you like happiness almost in their mind for them to, if you like, I can't think of another word other than cooperate with our process, if you like. Yeah. So you know, you want to make this person feel good. You want to make him obviously like you. You want to speak to him clearly. He needs to be able, or she needs to be able to understand clearly what you're saying. And you've got to just come across as good. This person has got to be looking at you thinking, do you know what? I want to hear more. I like this guy. Yeah. You've not even mentioned what you're doing yet, but they like you. They've already formed an opinion of you. 3 or 4 seconds, they've formed an opinion of you. Yeah, and it's what you do in that short period of time that is going to make this person move to the negative or move to the positive. Yeah. So once you've actually got this person, if you like, to come across to your way by complimenting them and having a bit of a laugh with them, a bit of a joke with them, you know, once they kind of like you, then and only then do you start telling them what it is you do, what it is that you might have to offer them. Yeah. And then obviously once you perhaps start going through the process, you start telling them about your product, you're obviously going to start getting the person engaged, and that's when you want to start asking questions. Yeah, I'm kind of aiming this video because I've been in sales. I'm kind of aiming it at like the sales process. But if you're talking to a person and you're asking them questions, then obviously you're getting obviously feedback. You're then finding out what it is they like, perhaps about your product. It might be that they like the you know our how much energy it saves or whatever the quality is. Yeah, all these different things, these different aspects that you're telling the person about that is building this product up. It's raising up their level. It's raising up their level of buying, if you like. Yeah, no one's going to buy anything or buy anything from you, service from you, if you just go in there and say, "This is what we do. Can I have the order?" It doesn't work that way. At least it doesn't work that way very often. You have to get this person. You have to after you've really warmed to the person and the person's liked you. She might have made you a cup of tea and everything's going rosy. Then and only then do you start talking about your product and about how it can benefit them, because they're not buying your product. They're not actually going to just buy your product. What they're actually buying is a mental shift, if you like. They're actually buying what your product can do for them. Yeah. So for me, when I done double glazing years ago, I used to talk about um, you know, I would talk about the locks on the window. I would talk about the glass. I would talk about the security hinges, because obviously these people they wanted to know that obviously if they purchased the windows, that their windows were going to be secure. So you had to tell them all the benefits, that it was it was a very secure product. It would save them money, would save them energy. This big list. You would go through this list and you'd get them to tick and ask them, is that something that they're looking for? And they would normally say, well, yes. They'd say, yes, Colin, obviously we want to know that no one can break in. And you obviously get them to say yes. And then at the end of the process, that's when you deliver the price. But you need to realise that these people, they are, they're not at the same level of you. That they're not at the same level on the information on your product that you are. Yeah, you might sell, I don't know, you could be selling solar panels or something like that, and like everything about these panels, everything there is. But you need to realise that the person that might be purchasing these from you doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't know how much they cost to maintain. He doesn't know how much electricity they're going to save. He doesn't know the answer to all these questions. So you've got to use that in your sales process before you give him the price, because he's only going to, if you've only done half, give them half the information. If you've gone in there half-heartedly and you're not enthusiastic, right? You're not enthusiastic about what you're selling. This will come through in your pitch. They will see through you that you're not totally convinced yourself, and they've got to be. Yeah. When you at the end of your talk, at the end of your discussion, talking about whatever it is you're doing, they have got to be at the same level as you. They're what they're potentially going to purchase has got to mean a lot more to them than their money does. That's the only reason people make or buy anything. It's a mental shift from their money to the product. So if at the end of the pitch they say, do you know what, I'm not sure about it. I'm not sure about going with you. You've done something wrong. Yeah, you've done something wrong. You know what I mean? And I used to say to people, if sometimes, because you'd always get an objection or a rejection or whatever you want to call it. People would say, oh, I'm just not sure. And then I would turn around and say to them, look, I understand your concern. You've obviously got, you're obviously uncertain about something. Please, obviously, what can I actually, what is it you're uncertain about? And then you go into it again. But you've got to elaborate on what it is you're going to do for these people. Yeah. If you're just going in and you're putting your tape round and giving them a price and walking out, they're not going to come back to you. They're going to think, oh, he wasn't here very long. Some people like that. You are going to get people that want you to go in and out, but generally, it's more about you've got to warm to the people. You've got to. This person's got to be given the opportunity to obviously start to almost admire, not admire you, but respect you. Yeah. Sometimes, with me, I know sometimes you go into a house and you'd always get somebody who's a little bit like arrogant, or just didn't want you there. And one situation springs to mind. I went round a house once, and the guy, he had the cricket on, and we walked in the room, and the lady was sitting there, the wife was sitting, and the husband was sitting there, and he had the cricket on, and he basically, because I was naive at the time, he at the start was controlling the situation because he wouldn't turn the cricket off. And obviously, how can you have a conversation when the geezer's watching cricket? And in the end, I got a little bit abrupt with him. And I said to him, I said, look, I'm here to obviously, help you with your windows. Can you do me a favour? He went, what? I said, can you turn that cricket off? And I made a bit of a joke of it. And his wife reached over and she turned it off. And I made the sale. And I'm convinced I only made that sale because I asked that bloke to turn that cricket off. Because if he hadn't turned it off, his eye wouldn't have been on what I was selling. He wouldn't have been on what I was doing. He wouldn't have been concentrating on the products, on me, on the company. And it would have cost me the sale. Yeah. So control is something else. Yeah. So when people talk to me about that, they say to me, Colin, what is persuasion? You know, how do I persuade someone to do something? It's your appearance, your mannerism, your whole persona, your knowledge, and your confidence. Yeah, it's all in there. You've got to study all these different aspects to become better at persuading someone to do something. Yeah. If we use another analogy, let's imagine that you're a single guy. And there's a girl that you like. There's a girl that you've seen. You know her from work or you know her somewhere, and it's someone you see regularly, but you're thinking about asking her out. Yeah. This is again, if you look at what I'm saying to you, you'll understand what I'm getting at. If you was to go up to that girl and say to her, "Hello, can I take you out for a drink?" She might turn around and say yes. Yeah, she might turn around and say yes. Probably she won't though, because you haven't worded it properly. But I bet if you went up to her and said, "Look, I see you every day. We always walk past each other. I really like you. Will you do me a favour? I want to take you out for a slap up meal. I want to take you to dinner. Yeah, I want to take you have a nice evening. No, like no catch. When can I phone you? Right? It's completely different because now the first time you was just asking to take her out, the second time you've asked to take her out, or like if you'd use the second scenario, now she's thinking, this bloke, he obviously quite likes me. He's offered to take me out for a nice meal and for a nice drink for a nice evening. You've sold her. You've almost sold her the evening, and it's exactly the same in sales. Yeah. Yeah, whatever whether it's asking a woman out, whether it's trying to get someone to buy something, whatever it is, you have got to sell yourself. That person's got to be thinking, if I don't buy this product, I'm going to lose out. Or with the analogy of the girl, if the girl might be thinking, well, he's quite a nice bloke. He's asked me out. If I don't go, she's got to be thinking, well, what am I missing? Yeah, and to me, it's common sense. Yeah, people want something in return for something. Yeah, people don't just give. Yeah, some people do, but most people they give when they receive. So if you make an offer of something, yeah, right, then that person will probably give something back to you. Yeah, it's like double glazing. Sometimes you see adverts and you see these adverts and they're not true, by the way. It will say, buy your front door and you get your back door free. Yeah. And psychologically, people think, God, that's a good deal. If I buy the front door, they're going to do my back door for free. Well, obviously they're not, but it's a psychological thing. And some people think, God, that's a good deal. Yeah. But it ain't true. What you're really doing, you're paying double for your front door and you're getting your back door for nothing. Yeah, it's all trickery. But what we need to realise is that these psychological things that these businesses use, they do work. Yeah, they do work. We have to just train ourselves to become better at the art of persuasion. Because for me, persuasion is just selling. Yeah, if you can persuade someone to perhaps, I don't know, buy double glazing. You could persuade that person probably to buy solar panels. You could persuade that person to buy a swimming pool if he had the room. Do you know what I mean? It's all just selling. It's all just talking, giving a person an opportunity. Yeah, looking at getting them to look at what you're looking at and get them to look at it in the same light that you're looking at it. They've got to think that if they don't buy this product, they're losing out. Yeah. And back to my mate Jay, my old governor Jay. He said to me, Colin, he said, when you're in that house, he said, you might as well be on stage. He said, because these people are looking at you. They're looking at you. They're assessing you, your character, everything, how polite you are. You know what I mean? Everything. I used to walk into an house, and before I sat down, I used to make a bit of a joke. I used to say, where can I sit? Where's the governor's chair? I don't want to sit in there. And straight away they'd laugh. The old man would say, oh, that's my chair. You sit there, boy. And straight away I kind of broke the ice. But again, I wouldn't say that unless I knew the guy had a similar sort of character as me. If he was working class, if I went into someone's house who was a little bit upper class, I wouldn't have said that. I'm kind of adjusting my persona to my environment. Yeah, this is what we've got to do if we are to succeed. But I'm telling you, the art of persuasion, not everyone's got it. There's going to be certain people that, you know, it might be that they're a little bit straight and that they perhaps haven't got the personality to perhaps pull it off. But even if you're not ultra, if you like, if you haven't got that way about you, you can still improve how you dress. You can still improve how you talk. You can still compliment. You can still use some of the tools in your toolkit, and you will do better if you use some of them. If you can find a way to use all of them, then you will do so much better. Yeah, because obviously you're going into that situation with all the tools that you're ready. You know what I mean? You should be able to come out there with that deal. It doesn't always work that way. Even the greatest salesman in the world can walk out and not get a deal. You ain't going to get everything, but you need to know that when you're in there that you're doing your best. And if you want to do your best, you need to study the product that you're selling, and you really need to understand the art of persuasion. Yeah, because that's all selling is. It's persuading people to think and act the way that you want them to act. Yeah. And as my governor Jay used to say to me, he said, when you're at the theatre, he said, the audience get up and they all start clapping you. He said, but when you're in the house, he said, the person pulls out their checkbook. That's him applauding you when he writes out a check and he says, here's the deposit. I hope this has helped you. I hope this made you think about persuasion, and that, like I say, if you're in business and you're not working on this as part of your personal development, you really are leaving money on the table. Please like and subscribe to my channel, colintalks.co.uk. That's my direct link to YouTube. I'm on YouTube, obviously, under Colin Talks. Please subscribe. Please share. I'd really appreciate if you give this video a thumbs up and obviously share it. And if you click the little notification bell, whenever I bring out another video, you'll be notified. So hopefully you watch it. Thank you so much. And whoever it is you're trying to persuade, I wish you every success. But it's something that you've got to work on daily. And like I say, you've got to know what it is you're trying to put over. You've got to know the ins and outs of it. Yeah. Thanks so much. Bye bye.